I have some great video of Glenn Beck. This is Glenn Beck. I don't understand if this is the Glenn Beck TV program or if he's on someone else's show being interviewed or if it's another show on his channel. I don't know where this came from, to be completely honest. What I do know is that Glenn Beck is saying God is making it very, very clear to us that Mitt Romney should be the winner of this election. And he's also comparing Mitt Romney to George Washington. Now, it's funny because he thought George W. Bush was great, and he thinks Mitt Romney is like George Washington. According to Glenn Beck, the Republican Party is stronger than ever with some of the greatest candidates, right? I mean, they've got all these guys that compared to these incredible people. It's amazing.
According to Glenn Beck?
According to Glenn Beck. Let's take a look at this video, and it is disturbing, I warn you. It's riddled with nonsense, fear-mongering, and delusional ideas. Let's take a listen.
Up on the set, we have Washington praying, and I talked about that earlier this week.
Yeah.
That was the moment where, somebody who watched that said, we're on the wrong side.
Yeah.
Because the man prays.
Potts. That's right.
Yeah, he know. I mean, you listen to a guy pray like that, we're on the wrong side.
That's right.
I know Mitt Romney wasn't your first choice, nor was he mine. He was my third. I am to the point to where, I think God is trying to make this so clear to us that if it happens, it's his finger.
Yeah.
Because, boy, nothing looks good.
Right.
God is just trying to make this really, really clear to us, Lewis.
I don't even think Glenn Beck believes any of the God stuff.
I have a hard time. I don't know. On the one hand, to me, he seems more of like a business guy than really a God guy. But at the same time, I've read a lot of stuff about Glenn Beck that says this is really him. This God stuff, he really thinks God is making it clear he wants Romney to win. Now, how has God made that clear? I couldn't tell you one way. But Glenn Beck really seems to believe that.
Yeah, God works in mysterious ways, I guess. Just when I thought we were never going to play another Beck clip again or hear from him again, I mean, it's been months.
Let's listen to a little bit more of it because it gets even better.
And yet, everybody I know who I consider a spiritual giant feels good. Mm-hmm. And it bothers me that I feel good because I'm like, there's no reason that I should feel good on this. But the one thing I want to talk to you about is, I know I did a special, I don't know if you saw it, David, a couple of weeks ago on Mitt Romney, where we exposed some of the stuff he does in private.
That's right.
And I felt really bad because I didn't know any of that stuff. Yeah. And when you know
I didn't either.
Yeah,
I knew none of that.
None of that.
I thought I knew Romney.
Right.
And I knew none of that.
That stuff is critically important because that shows his character. Mm-hmm. And that, would you agree with me that is at least kind of on the line with this guy?
It's a whole lot more than kind of.
Yeah, let's all agree, guys. It's Mitt Romney is more than just kind of like George Washington. He's very much like George Washington.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, why the George Washington comparison? Why not Reagan?
I really have no idea. I don't know. So basically, Beck is arguing that this is the best of the Republican Party. It's like George Washington, George W. Bush was great, Mitt Romney's great. God wants him to win. All right,
you know what?
Let's see how that works out.
There is a process, and that process ended with Mitt Romney being the Republican candidate. So he's right. This is the best of the Republican Party.
There you go.